Aquaman Rudolph, 16 years old teenager, saw his co-worker in trouble, jumped off the boat, flew, and swam across.
That boy swimming his out.
He got out that water, boy. He wasn't even tight. All right, he threw the shoes off. Let's go. Yo, what up? It's the Ronnie Ray Show. We back with the segments, man. As always, we here. Let me get off my chest today. We talking about the what's it called? Montgomery Brawl. I remember the classics. We Are the World. Random list. We going WB show, WB Sitcoms. And also much respect. We going Don Rickles on that one, man. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. We coming with it right now. Go. Off my chest, let's go. I got text messages after text messages on there. They like, Ronnie Ray, you need to talk about this. This your Nobel Peace Prize. Like Nobel Peace Prize. I'm watching it. I was like, oh, this is special. The Montgomery Brawl. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna give you a synopsis. Mr. Pinkett is a co-captain. He was riding on the river cruise ship called the Harriet. Now, you know that's some shit, it's called the Harriet. You know what I'm saying? Some boats blocking their way in. So they blew the horn. They yelled through the PA system, can you please move? They said they did it for 40 minutes. They didn't want to move. So Mr. Pinkett decided to get off the boat and move it himself. He started pulling the things. As he was pulling it, the people that boated was like, what are you doing? And he tell them like, look, you couldn't see what he was saying, but you saw what he was saying. Hey, I got these people on this boat. This is the parking spot where we gotta be. Hey, I'm just trying to do my job. And they like, fuck your job. And there's all kind of racial slurs. There was some porch monkeys and some coon babies and all kind of shit thrown at this dude. And he trying to keep his job. You see him like doing like this. Like, okay, hold on, y'all. I got it. Look, just move your boat. I just want to move your boat because we got to get these people in. We got people waiting. It's been 40 minutes, man. Come on. They're like, man, fuck you. And all of a sudden, you saw a dude push him in the face. Oh! And he did something that signaled all the cavalry. He signaled the cavalry. He took his head off and he threw it in the air. They called the bat signal. And you're like, woohoo, man, y'all got me out myself. Fuck this job. And he went, he started going at dude, and dude started punching him. And they had dude on the ground. They had my man, Mr. Pinkerton, on the ground. Some dude in a Nike shirt came first. He saw him and like, hey, stop this, man. Y'all need to do this. And all of a sudden, he started fighting. Then he come. He came through the water. Aaron Aquaman Rudolph. Aaron Aquaman Rudolph, 16 years old teenager, saw his co-worker in trouble, jumped off the boat, flew, and swam across.
That boy swimming his out.
He was swimming. He got out that water, boy. He wasn't even tight. All right, he threw the shoes off. Let's go. Mr. Pinkerton was talking shit like, yeah, all right, you don't get your, hey. He said, bring that boat over. You saw him signal the boat. When he signaled the boat and they parked that boat, now the Alabama goons came out. They came off that boat, no shirt, ran to that boat. So now y'all gonna jump, homie? Like, we gonna get y'all. All of a sudden, bop, bop, bop. It was all kind of chaos. They were fighting, they were kicking, they were scratching. It was crazy. And I like when the women went to the other women, like, y'all want to fight too? And the black women started, it was one person with the group that started it all. They just jumped in the water because they didn't want to be in this shit. But then the grand finale, the star of the show comes out at the end. Black man with the folding chair. Black man with the folding chair goes to work. He goes to work. He pointing them out. He like, that what? Bow. You bow. He put the folding chair on the charts of weapons of self-defense. Folding chair was like number 25 on the list. Now it's number 2. It replaced the switchblade. I don't think it was a racial thing. I don't. I think if some white dude was in charge of that, move their boat like that, I think they would have whooped him. He just wouldn't have no footage of it because they used to doing that. Or maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know these people personally. All I know is I just saw some entitlement stuff because you know damn well if you're in the spot where these guys work, you need to move. And that's just it. They know now, don't they? Do it again, you know what's going to happen? They're going to get hit with a goddamn folding chair across the face. Next segment. All right, today, remember the classics, we going back. We going a song this time. One song this time. I think I've only did it once, and it was for a song kind of like this. I'm going We Are the World, man. January 28th, 1985. The night right after the Grammys. One of the greatest songs was recorded. Written by Mr. Michael Jackson and Mr. Lionel Richie. Produced by Quincy Jones. Arranged, put together by Harry Belafonte, rest in peace. The song was about feeding the hungry people in Africa. We are the world. We need to help each other. That's what this was about. And we had just saw something like that on Live Aid they did like a Christmas song, and I guess he like, nah, we need to do that for us. Live Aid was over in England. Like, man, we need to put that in the United States and help Africa. And Belafonte was like, yo, Quincy, what's good? And Quincy's like, yo, Michael's sitting right here. Yo, Lionel right here. Let's do it. And that's what happened. And they put it together. They put that shit together. The lineup of singers on that one, dude. You ain't getting nothing like that now. People gonna want $1 million a pop. You gonna spend $100 million for one song if you did that right now. The lineups was sick. Who was on it? Go with solos. We're gonna try to get it off the top. Solos. The top of the song, you had Lionel Richie, you had Stevie Wonder, you had Paul Simon, you had Kenny Rogers, Tina Turner, you had Billy Joel. Then you have MJ pop in there, do this chorus. Then Diana Ross is next to him. Then they go to Dionne Warwick. Then they go to, what's up that? Willie Nelson. They go to Willie Nelson next. And then Al Jarreau, so we all. He came in. And then Bruce Springsteen, we all the world. Come on. And it wasn't over yet. This is 85. This is prime time. This is like your stars out there. So after Bruce, you had Daryl Hall from Hall & Oates, Kenny Loggins, Mr. Footloose. You had Steve Perry from Journey. MJ comes back on the track. Then Huey Lewis from Huey Lewis and the News comes out. Cyndi Lauper comes in. She comes. Well, I don't know what she did. Kim Crane. She did Take My Breath Away. She came in. And then it's this chorus of all these people. The Jacksons, you had Sheila E. right there. Kelly Belafonte, you had Dan Aykroyd. What the Ghostbusters doing in there? I'm like, what is this? I'm 10. I'm 10 or 11. It's one of the greatest moments of my life. I'm like, wow, watching this video, man. And then the other solos, you have Mr. Bob Dylan and Mr. Legendary Ray Charles. They had everybody in this song. Favorite part, MJ, easy. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we're gonna do this song. My part come up, everybody get the little close up. When you do me, start from the socks up. See the socks up, they gonna see the glove, they gonna know who I am. Iconic. Then like I said earlier, Bruce Springsteen, we are the world. Cyndi Lauper, I don't know what she was saying. This song is what, 30, 40 years old? I just not finding out what she said. I ain't gonna come. I ain't know what she was saying, but I thought it was cool. Yeah, Willie Nelson and ride, you'll be stronger and free. God is on a ride is on the bread. I ain't know what he said either. I had to read the words, but I thought it was cool. Bob Dylan, I never knew what the hype. I had to learn about Bob on that. That was the first time I was introduced to Bob. They had the talent make it. I'm like, this dude sings? What the hell? You know, I'm like, who is this guy? This is comic relief, but yo, he's a legend. First time I heard the song, I was late for school. I'm getting dressed. I'm taking my time. I was late for school all the time. I ain't care. And they shut everything off. All the radio stations, all the major TV networks. Radio stations played the song. The TV networks played the video. And it was like the world stopped to hear this song. It's one of the greatest songs ever. I say it's one of the greatest songs ever. It brought me to this because I watch a lot of reaction videos. And I laugh every time I watch the people on those things because it's like, you know, I'm 49. I'm older. You know what I'm saying? I was 10 back then. So imagine these guys that's 20, they having no clue who that was. But I'm like, when I was coming up, these were the guys. Like, I'm like, yo, this is star-studded. But for people that don't know them, it just shocked me how they don't know. Like, how do these people not know who these people are? You know what I'm saying? It's funny to me because if they don't know everybody, they know at least two people. And it's always the two same people. Now, everybody know Michael Jackson. I leave Michael Jackson on there. So Michael Jackson's the one. But there's one that's always surprised me, especially black folks. When I watch black folks' reaction videos to this song, if they don't know nobody other than Michael Jackson, they know Kenny Rogers. I'm like, how the fuck? Black people, young black folks know Kenny Rogers. They don't know Stevie Wonder. They don't know Lionel Richie. They don't know Diana Ross. I heard somebody call Diana Ross Janet Jackson. I'm like, what? They know Kenny Rogers. I don't know how they know Kenny Rogers, but yo, Kenny Rogers is the man. Rest in peace to Kenny. Only thing I didn't like about the song is that this was 1985. Prince and Madonna was the hottest thing going. And neither one of them was on that song. You look back at it, it's like, yo, Prince, I think he had like a #1 song. Then Madonna had the song right after him before this song came out. Like, Purple Rain was the biggest thing in the world. And he wasn't on the song. I think they tried to get him. He said he wanted a guitar solo. Quincy Jones like, no, we ain't doing that shit. We missed. I wish they were in there. They need to be there. The impact on the song, it's been copied. It's been copied enough. Not the song per se, but yeah, it has, because they did it again in 25 years later. What the hell, Snoop Dogg and Justin Bieber, and it was okay. But then they did it other ways. Like I talked about Stop the Violence movement with hip hop guys. Self-Destruction, you had the Same Gang. The movie Jason Lyric, Brian McKnight produced a song called You Would Know. Then he had a song Against the War in 91 called Voices That Care. And he had Freedom on Panther, singing version, and he had a rap version of that for women. Then he had one for the guys on there too. It's a one-of-a-kind moment, man. You're only gonna get once. They tried to strike lightning twice. Those other songs were great, but it's like it's not that one. You can see where that started at. So to be around when that came out, it was like, man, I didn't know I was witnessing something special like that, and raised a lot of money. And side note, it was the biggest selling single in the world until like 1990. Do you know what song knocked it off? Wild Thing by Tone Loc. And it's only in America. Next segment, let's go. All right, this is random list. I did UPN's list on sitcoms. I'm gonna do WB this time. So WB top sitcoms on WB 7 that I got on here, man. All right, number 7. We're going For Your Love. For Your Love, number 7, starring Holly Robinson Pete and Tamara Jones. Old fine ass. Show got confusing. I don't know. I watched it. I was into it, but I didn't know it did 5 seasons. I'm like, wow, I'm learning a lot about this. But I thought Tamara's always great to look at, and so is Holly Robinson. So number 6, I'm going to PJs, man. The PJs. I don't recall watching a lot of episodes. I did laugh a couple of times, but I ain't making a point to see it. But that damn song at the top by Raphael Sadiq is just so cold, man. Just for the theme song alone, you gotta put it on the list, Lou. You can't make it the worst one. Eddie Murphy. You gotta put Eddie on here, regardless of what. I don't care if I even didn't like the show at all. Who's been on here? Number 5, I'm going Sister, man. Sister, Ted Reed, Jack A, Tia Tamari, even though my man Roger, Marcus Houston. I didn't really care for the show until they got into college. They got into college and my man came in on dude to play Bud. Leon and the other guy Roscoe dude came in. I liked the show then. Kim Field's sister. I was like, okay, I relate to this. By that time, though, I was like, it was time for it to go. I think that was around the time I moved to LA. I'm like, that was one of the reasons I moved to LA. I'm like, I can be on that show. Number 4, I'm going Parenthood, man. Parenthood was funny. Faison Love on that show is funny as hell. Reagan Gomez plays Zaria. She's gorgeous. Robert Townsend. Suzanne Douglas, man. Rest in peace, Suzanne Douglas. I always had a crazy crush on that lady. I don't care how much old she is for me. She's just gorgeous to me, man. I always loved her. I got a little confused when they got the son left and then TK came in. He was the thug and in their house and all that stuff. It was cool, but it wasn't. And the kids, I want to know what they doing. But number 3, I'm going to Jamie Foxx show. The Jamie Foxx show, the first season I really liked. I liked the first 5-6 episodes was hilarious, bro. Jamie was just doing this thing. It was an avenue for my man to get down. But then after a while, I was like, okay, man, yeah, it was cool. And the episodes I liked, with Mary J. Blige is on there, and West Side Connection. That was funny. The love thing later on, I'm like, it's all right. I thought it was cool. It made me laugh. Even if I didn't like an episode, it was always one thing in that show that made me laugh. So number 2, I'm going to Steve Harvey show, man. The Steve Harvey show. Y'all be like, you got this? You think that's better than the Jamie Foxx show? Dude, Steve Harvey show, the ensemble of that show is hilarious. Like the whole squad is funny to me. Everybody is funny. Even Regina, Levita, Sad with Steve is like modern day like honeymooners thing with Art Carney and Jackie Gleason. You had Bullethead, you had Romeo. I like the girls on the first, second season. I didn't care for Lilia too much. I think she had some funny moments too. Every episode with the High Tops, I go straight to those. Those are my favorite ones. But Clyde the Slide is probably one of the best guest stars on any sitcom, period. Honorable mentions, there are none, because I think that's all they had. Everything else was scene shows and stuff. I would put Charmed on there if I want, but that's not a sitcom. So, yo, we going number 1. I got to go to Wayans Brothers. Intro by itself on there. John Witherspoon, Marlon. It showed a lot of Sean's comedy chops on there. I watch it, I know I'm going to laugh at something. And that's what you watch a sitcom for. Like, it was never over the top serious. It was always, you know what you're getting when you see this show. It's like, yo, it's funny. It was a funny show, man. So, yo, number 1 is the Wayans Brothers. So, yo, what do you think, huh? Leave your remarks at the bottom. Let me know your list, huh? WB, what you think of? The PJs number 1, huh? Let me know. It's all good. Because it's your list and you do what the hell you want with it. And I just did. So, yo, that's the random list. Next segment. Much respect, dude. Today I'm going comics. Today I'm going my man, Mr. Don Rickles, man. Rest in peace, homie. I'm a comedian, y'all know. Y'all clicked on subscribe. Comedian Ronnie Ray. I'm a comic. I love all styles of comedy. And I learned about this guy really late. Born in Queens, New York, May 8th, 1926. Damn, almost 100 years old. Donald J. Rickles, a.k.a. Mr. Warmth, a.k.a. Don Rickles, was discovered in a comedy club by Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, he like, oh man, you a bullet head guy. You go with me. Frank Sinatra helped him become a headliner in Vegas. I thought that was incredible. That back then is like, yo, word of mouth or somebody see you. Like, you ain't have to post a lot of BS and like, yeah, you need some subscribers before you met. No, he saw some talent. He took him, man. Took him in. He wound up doing movies later. Burt Lancaster, Clark Gable. Gee, he was always the guy in the back. He was the funny man. He has a documentary I was watching. I'm like, this dude's beloved by everybody, but he is the king of insult. This guy doesn't care. Like, he sounds like really racist, but he didn't care who you were. He was coming at you. Even he was a Jewish guy. He made fun of them. He didn't care. If you was a sensitive, you couldn't be able to take it. But I was sensitive as hell. But now I got older. I was like, man, this guy is something else. And it, like I said, I got it late. I caught on him. Don Rickles probably like 2010. Like 2010. He ain't had that many years left. I saw him on David Letterman when Denzel Washington was on there. And Denzel didn't want to leave the seat. He wanted to stay and sit with Don. And Don came out and, man, he floored it, bro. And it's like, it's off the top. You gotta be, you can't write that what he does. He just does it. And I'm like, man, I gotta incorporate that. So that helped me out a lot with my crowd work, incorporate the improv skills. And I'm like, okay, you just gotta focus in somewhat or just be loose and just be you and be ready to come with it, man. And that's what he did. That's what I learned from Don. I watched his documentary, Mr. Warmth, and I learned, I'm like, yo, man, this guy in Vegas, he did 6 shows a night from 11 o'clock to 6 in the morning. And comics get tired after doing one open mic a night. No, man, we lazy as hell. We need to learn from Don, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. He kept working. He voiced in Toy Story. He was in Casino. This dude is beloved. Don Rickles is a comedy legend. I don't think he's get talked about enough. Comics know him. He's a comic for real. I love to have a conversation with him, but unfortunately, he passed away April 6, 2017, kidney failure. And yeah, all we have is the tapes. Like, I listened to his comedy albums. Like, he don't have the jokes, like, topics. He just got part 1, part 2, because he doesn't know what he's gonna do. That's a genius, bro. Much respect. Don Rickles. That's it. That's the show. We're done. We out of here, man. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We just finished. Shout out to Lawnmower doing this thing. We out here working for you guys, man. So hopefully you enjoy it. Tell a friend. We'll see you next time. Remember, do it and it's done. And we out.